Defended the three pretty well. A few too many attempts, but some heavy contests, and for the most part, attention to detail was pretty good. Our valuing of the basketball, our assist turnover ratio was on point, especially for this early. I thought we just did a pretty good job of mixing in some transitions, some pitch aheads, yet some poise as to we don't have numbers. Let's kick it back out and let's execute something. I thought we had a pretty good feel there, and it's really early, so we hope we don't have one or two steps backwards and another couple forward. Hopefully we can maintain that momentum there. Defensive rebounding was a concern, and then when you watch it on film, it remained a concern. We've got to get better there, more physical. Our guards got to help our bigs. We've got to do a better job collectively. And then we've got to be better on the offensive glass. We're a more talented rebounding team than we displayed, and we've communicated that, and we'll drill it. A lot of what you do this time of year, as we've talked about, is trial and error. It's what is the glaring weakness this week? Let's try to plug that hole. At the same time, make sure we don't leave alone some of the things that we've gotten better at in the meantime.
Mike, when you were assembling a roster when you first got here, what were you looking for in terms of characteristics of these guys, and what do you think you have after being with them for months?
We wanted to bring in some winning experience, and we did that. We wanted to bring in guys that fit what we were trying to do defensively and on the glass as much as anything, just to try to maintain a level of competitiveness in those areas, which are a little bit easier to control. In a rebuild, in my opinion, coming off a tough year, of course, I thought those were the areas that may give us a chance to be competitive night in and night out. And with the guys we got out of the portal, they've each had some winning experience, of course. Now, not at this level and not having a significant role, of course, but some guys that winning is important to, and they've shown that with work ethic and character, consistency in practice. We've had a bunch of good practices, but we've got to find a way to manufacture some points at the same time.
Mike, Jordan Hill with Dogs 247. We saw what MA was able to do in that exhibition. Just how much is that sort of what you guys have seen all off season, and what does he sort of bring to the table?
Yeah, he's that guy every day. Maybe not so much in terms of numbers. Those things play out like that often, but sometimes they don't. But in terms of the intensity level, looks exhausted between whistles. He's that type of guy. He just plays really, really hard, and he's probably a guy that's going to have to ask for a break every once in a while, which you like to see. He just leaves it out there. Biggest possession of the game for us was an extra possession, which I believe led to an open three where he dove on the floor, got a huge loose ball, and then pursued another off. He's a multiple effort guy who's still got development offensively and defensively, and he's expanding his game offensively. But his ability at 6'7", 6'7.5" with good length to drive it and pass it to post. He's versatile. And in time, as he becomes a better outside shooter and just polishes his game with finishing overall, he's going to be a good player.
When we had a chance to talk to Jackson, he talked about the sort of the mantra of family, people, support staff, everybody around the program being part of a family. Where does that mindset sort of come from in your leadership?
Probably comes from Jackson, and he comes from a great family himself, right? So that resonates with him. I'm glad that's important to him. But we talk about it a lot, and our guys have embraced 1, 2, 3 family at the end of practices, and families are going to have drama at times, and families are going to have ups and downs and wins and losses and fights and long talks and so on and so forth. And that's part of family, but we've got to be open with one another. We've got to help each other grow. We've got to be loyal to one another and not care who gets the credit and who gets the shot. And so we talk about that a lot. We talk about a bunch of other things, but it's funny that family resonates with him that's what type of guy he is. It's been a pleasure coaching him. And heck, we're still 0-0, but he's awesome to be around. He's a great leader.
How's Terry Roberts? Will he be able to play Monday?
I'm not sure. Just dealing with just taking personal time. Yeah.
How much have you gotten to see of Western Carolina getting ready for Monday, and what sort of stood out?
Today, the first time. What stood out? They played very hard, very perimeter oriented. They've got some guys they can throw to on the interior, but they put a premium on stretching you and shooting the three ball, pressuring defensively. They got some speed and some quickness, and they've got new guys as well too. So both teams will be learning on the fly about one another, throughout the 40. But I know they'll be prepared. It's a big opportunity for them. It's a big opportunity for us. It's a Division I opponent. It's the first real one, and we're excited about getting going. Today will still be primarily more about us off tomorrow and a 2-day prep for those guys.
Time for 1 or 2 more questions.
What's the excitement level like for you to actually get into a game, to have the crowd in Stegman, and to sort of get this season started?
Fired up. It was. I felt it the other day, in the exhibition, just wearing different colors, and sitting in a different place and coaching new guys, all new guys, not a few. So it was, I'm sure for all of us, a little bit emotional, a little different, a little bit more exciting, probably more distraction than we'll have moving forward, hopefully at least, especially in game one. You hope that we've got a lot of that behind us. I'm sure there'll still be some more